Hello you beautiful people and welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a little draw with me again, and I don't know if I told you, but a while ago I was visiting my parents and I went through some of my older stuff, and of course there were drawings under that stuff that I went through, and I've decided I want to do a little repaint of a little redraw of something I drew when I was about 15 years old, which is now, let's say I was 14, so it is now 15 years ago when I was still in school. And without further ado, I'm going to show you the beautiful art I created at age 14 or so. Ta-da! Ta-da! So, I have to credit myself that I at least did something like, mixed media kind of things, but the rest is just amazing. So yeah, I'm very sure I copied this face somewhere, and then I had I just could not find a reference for the pose I was going to do. Just look at this arm, it's just a noodle. And yeah, and I used some glitter pens on her clothes, so there's that. I'm pretty sure these are wings, and at least I did a background thing. And oh boy, I'm very sure I drew this from somewhere. I don't know where I referenced the face. I have no clue. It's over 10 years ago. So yeah, I want to try and recreate this a little bit more interesting and with the skills I acquired over the years. So I'm going to put this over here so I can draw something. So let's see. I really would like to do a background kind of thing, and yeah, there's cat hair everywhere as usual. I'm very sure oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this. So yeah, I don't want her to be standing in front of everything. I kind of want her to be more included in the background and in the scene itself. So yeah. Got myself some super thin paper so I can also try out my new light table I got. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that, but I'm not looking forward to drawing this scene, kind of. So let's see. This is the eye level we're working with. I wanted to have this dreamy kind of look. Like, not she's looking at the camera, but like she's just looking at, I don't know, some leaves that are flying by or something like that. Also, I rarely draw these maiden clothes anymore, so that's kind of funny to see. They were like everywhere in the comics the manga I read when I grew up. I'm trying to talk. I'm sorry you have to see my microphone over here, but I'm trying to get my face more to the microphone so you can actually hear better what I'm saying, because in the last videos I put it much too far away from my mouth, so the audio was all over the place, I feel like, and I did not like that. So I just wanted to fix this, and I'm trying a new setup, so I hope that the audio is gonna be better like this. Yeah, that does not really work like that. It has to be... So, there's that. I'm going to work on that in a second. I think I'm going to keep the flying hair kind of thing. Do I want to let her wear an apron? I'm not that sure, but I want to keep her puffy little arms. I'm not quite satisfied with the vanishing points, but I think I'm going to make the stairs a bit longer. I feel like it's way more accurate. Yeah, maybe I'm giving her the apron. Maybe she's working in a cafe and this is like... She's like having her work ends and she's on her way home. And yeah, just chilling out on some steps. Like, you get me? Know what I mean? Yeah, this skirt is a bit too long. Take that away, because she's going to need a shorter skirt in order that it works for working in a cafe. Shoes are kind of hard to draw, but I'm very, very slowly starting to get the hang of them. I feel like maybe. So I want this wall to be kind of paper nature rock-ish. So you know these big rock walls that are very uneven and stuff. So I feel like that would be nice to have. Yeah, so this is it for now. And I think I'm going to try and get out my light table. So it comes with these two things, and I did own one of these light things, but I had one that was like this thick, and it had not LEDs as lights, so it was flickering a bit, and I had it from art school still, and it was like I went dizzy when I worked with it, so I almost never used it. So I bought myself, not sponsored, I bought myself this thing off of the internet, and it was about 20 bucks. Pretty inexpensive. And yeah, so these things come with it, and I think I'm having to turn out my lights because I can't see shit. I can't see anything, so I think I'm going to cut this in the right size too when I'm done tracing. So let's see. I'm first going to turn off my lights, so yeah, we can all see what's happening. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn it the other way, and like this. Looks kind of magical, doesn't it? So yeah, I can see perfectly fine. I don't know which how much grams these have. I have no idea. Maybe I put it on the screen. So yeah, so we're going to clip the clips. This is also dimmable, by the way. A lot of people... Ooh! No! A lot of people use it for crafts as well. So... these clips are very handy for these things, I feel like. Yeah, so... like this. Can you see? So I'm now trying to I'm now going to trace this thing, and I think I'm going to speed this part up because I'm gonna be very concentrated and I'm not gonna be talking that much. So yeah, enjoy the inking process. So hello, I'm back, and I've inked this now, and yeah. So the good thing on about tracing your art on a light table is that you don't have to remove the pencil from your paper, and that's good for the paper, I think. And what I want to do is I want to lay down a little bit of a wash on the background, and yeah, I want to have a little mood over there. So I'm just going to mix a bit of paint. Also, please note my very inexpensive school brushes from Faber-Castell. Not sponsored. I bought them because you can do this, and then they are protected for if you are a clumsy person like me, or if you are on the go. And yeah. So I'm putting more water on the paper, and I bet that later I'm going to regret it because it will take ages to dry until I can put the next layer on top. So I don't know. Could have used a bigger brush, but I think this is fine. So okay, let's see. Whatever, she's gonna have a bit of a tan. It's cute. That's very cute. So, she has this blonde hair on the original. We're going to do something against that she's blending in with the background so much. So yeah. So her eyes are blue in the original, so we're going to go with some blue eyes, even if you can barely see them now. And also I want to give her a bit of a lipstick kind of thing, because I feel like that's kind of cute, but I don't know which color yet, so I'm gonna deal with the lipstick later. So yeah, what are we going to do now? I think I'm wanting to shade her a bit because her face looks kind of flat. How am I going to work on your hair? Maybe I think I'm gonna go in with some very subtle light brown, so to just make it seem like there's a bit more going on in the hair area. I can always like go a bit darker, so I think we're good for now. I'm definitely going to change up her apron a bit because I feel like the old color combination was kind of strange. So I wanna have some bluish color to shade. So okay, what if we go in with a bit of this? I just want a bit of color in there, in the shadows. I feel like they look very dull. I think that's kind of nice. But I think I want to do more for her hair because it still looks kind of flat. I don't know. I want to give it a bit of depth. So let's see. I have this gray, and I think it would work kind of good for the stairs, like for the next coat of paint, because I don't want them to be too dark, but I also want to go over them and shade them later on with another color. So this gray is usually very nice for dulling colors down, but I also like it to go on top of other stuff. I'm sorry, I need to remind myself to go back very close to the microphone, so it does not sound strange. I'm sorry. Also, I think with dulling this down, she's popping out a bit more, which is great. Let's just move on to the tiles here. I think I'm going to use the other brush. Can just hold a bit more paint, more water. Because I also want to add some green, because some moss and stuff. I know that looks kind of neon, but I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of neon. But I also was a bit scared to make this whole thing a bit too dull, because I used too many brown tones and stuff like that. So we don't want to make it dull, we want to make it pretty. Hopefully. I mean, dull can be pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's just not what I want for this particular piece. Oh no. I painted this wood thing in green. Yeah, so let's see. Just wanna go in with a bit of blue to add some variety of paint. So it contrasts. It has a bit of contrast to her hair because I don't want it to be too similar. Yeah, that's great. And now these little things. It's not bad if the blue is like leaking into them, because they're part of the background anyway. Can always try and make them a bit more visible with whatever gouache or something like that later in the process. And now the painting needs to dry a bit, because if I now start to shade, I'm definitely going to have a little bit of a problem to get sharp edges. So we're going to let it dry, and then we're going back in and add some highlights and shading stuff. And yeah, see you when that happens. Hello there, I'm back, and I had some lunch and I've got some iced tea, and now I would like to finish this fella here, and I think it's dry enough so we can add shadows and some details. And I don't think I'm gonna do much on her because I'm sorry. Whoops. Because I don't want to overwork her. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something with this area here, but I think her face and her hair are pretty much done at this point. And I think I'm going to start with the rocks and the stair area and stuff. And I would like to mix a bit. So I think I'm gonna use this as a base because I have already mixed it and can use it. I'm thinking about which colors I want and how I want my shadows to look like. And I think with all this sundown feeling going on, I would like to have some warm shadows, because that just makes sense to me at this point. Yeah, I think that's working better. So let's see how dark this is. Yeah, I think dark enough. One got totally overlooked in the first layer, so I'm sorry, dear rock. Didn't wanna exclude you from getting shaded. Yeah, not bad. Not that bad. So I think I'm gonna take more of this violet. And maybe a bit of green. I like to mix violet and green, especially these viridian type greens, because they make a pretty nice violet grayish kind of thing, and I like that a lot. Kind of like the effects that watercolors just make by themselves. So like this blending into them, blending into each other and stuff. It's a huge help that the paint does stuff for you. So, what about these areas? I'm using these videos to experiment a lot, to use techniques and to use colors I would not normally use. So yeah, I just like to mess around. This is why when I'm drawing on camera, oftentimes my results are not as good as when I'm drawing and not recording it, because when I'm on camera I'm like, hey, I could do this, hey, I could do this. I get very experimental sometimes, and sometimes that's messing up my results. Yeah. And yeah, that's a thing I do. So sometimes I think a lot of people on YouTube do these very pristine and pretty drawings on camera, and I'm like, yeah, let's try this out. You've never tried this before. Let's just give it a try on camera when you've never done it without recording it. That's gonna turn out great. So yeah, that's just what I do sometimes. So, but sometimes you mess up, and that's fine. I'm thinking that I probably overworked the background here a bit, and it's a bit dull. And I have a giant, see, I'm doing it again. I have a giant bottle of gouache paint on my desk. So I think I'm going to mix some watercolors with gouache and put some bounce lights, some highlights on this area. Yeah. I think I'm going to try that out. I'm in the mood to experiment. So, but before we do that, I wanna work on the background, and I'd like to just add highlights and add shadows so it doesn't look like one whole area of bush, but rather a bush having some leaves and stuff, some foliage. Oftentimes I'm very lazy when it comes to doing these underwashes, but I'm glad every time I do it because it looks much better to have them instead of not having them. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave this tree as it is before I go in with gouache, and then I'm now giving those little fellas here some color. I have my trusty old plate over here, and I'm just going in with the idea with the gouache now. I hope it's still, yeah, I hope it's still liquid. Oh well. Nice. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this area, and I'm going to take do I take a bigger brush? No, I don't think so. I don't have this. I need some brushes of this middle size. That's what I'm kind of missing at this point, I think. Yeah. Alright. Now we take some gouache and we mix it in. I don't know how opaque this is. Not very opaque, but it's very, yeah, it's not opaque at all. It's not even opaque when you take only the white, but it's fine. I just want it to be subtle. So, yeah, you can't really see this, so, okay. Forget the plate. Everything else. We are using this. I need. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm hitting the microphone. Yeah, I'm using this now, and I have some green and stuff mixed over here, and over here. So I'm going to just take these for the highlights. Because, oh well, suddenly there's a little bounce light and stuff. Jeez. Always kind of falling for the cheap alternatives, and then I mean, this is cheap gouache as well. This is not like high quality gouache, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I love gouache so much. Okay. I'm not gonna name this brand because last time I made a video about that I like these more than the Dalaron Simply Gouache. I got a lot of people mad at me, I think, because they don't like this brand. And I know, I know. I'm sorry guys, I just really like these colors. I just really like them. I just should stop buying these cheap things. I'm sure a lot of people really like this thing because it's very very inexpensive and you have a lot of paint, and but it's just not big enough for me. When I have some white gouache, I want it to be big, but you know, I also, this is of course not artist quality, so I should not be complaining, but I was hoping I could oh no, I was hoping I could maybe use these paints for like, yeah, with other gouache, but no, I'm not so sure. Oh no! My red just escaped. Alright. So I think we're done. I think this does not need any more. I think this does not need any more work, because if we do more, like if we would do more, it would probably just end up being completely overworked, completely just one solid blob of paint. So I think I'm calling it a day with this. I'm sorry, I can't just for the life of me make this even. So I'm sorry. Oh no, I teared it apart again. Jesus. Oh, I think this is a kind of nice effect. So, okay, let's see what we did today. So here is the original I painted over 10 years ago. And this is the new one. And I think you can clearly see that I have a lot more practice now, and yeah, it's just way more of a painting and not of this. I did not draw her wings because I feel like the wings would have been a bit over the top for the motif I was going for. So yeah. Also, she cries, I'm now seeing. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked this, and let me know if you want to see me do more like this. I always like to know what you guys want to see. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we see each other next time. And until we do, please do something that makes you happy. Bye!